Hey everyone, I am here to start the weekly update. This is the freshwater version. As you can see, I am in front of an Elos freshwater tank. I am also here with Ryan Fogarty. He is going to give us a little explanation about why the two of us are standing in front of this tank. You are seeing a complete dry stack, which is what I have shown in a bunch of older videos, but that he is showing to the nth degree in this Elos tank. He has entered a super competition.
Yes, worldwide, in Japan. It goes through ADA, it's the IAPLC, the International Aquatic Plant Layout Competition.
If you would you just kind of tell everyone a little bit about this design, maybe talk a little bit about the system itself, since this is such a super high-end system?
Well, starting out with the glass box, it's an Elos 20-gallon cube. It's roughly 16.5 inches all the way around. We've got the Elos substrate, the smaller variant of it. Along the bottom we use one of the bigger bags. Then we've got Ceru stone laid out for the hardscape, along with a piece of the driftwood that we cut up, hacked up, and glued to kind of look the way we wanted. And then we've got the Monte Carlo that we glued to it to make it look like a bonsai tree eventually. Following the bonsai tree down, we've got some Bucephalandra, and then we have Reinekii mini to hopefully give it a nice interesting carpeting of red. Something different, something I haven't seen, and we'll see how it fills in.
But one of the points that I wanted to make in bringing Ryan and his aquascape into view is that there are a lot of things that we can do here at Fishy Business. Both he and I love aquascape, Jonathan as well. We all do it in varying degrees, me in service with new complete tank setups, Ryan on a nano scale, as you can see right here. There are so many different levels of aquascaping and so many different ways to do it, both in fresh and salt water. This is a perfect example of how a 20-gallon can be done. Anybody could do a 20-gallon tank. It doesn't necessarily have to be an Elos system. It can be something as simple as a normal 20-gallon tank. There's so many things that you can do to bring the world of live plants and aquascape into whatever type of aquatic environment you have. And that's one of the things that I wanted you to see in the opening of this video. Other thing I want you to see in this video is how we're expanding our plant section. And this is at the infancy of what it is we're trying to do. But live plants will be distributed through a bunch of new systems right through this area of the store. You can see we've just mounted the AI lights. This is a plant light on all of the new Planet aquariums. So what you're going to start to see in the weeks to come is our biggest foray yet into live plants, their importance in any freshwater tank, and the availability, variety, and different things that you can do with them. So you definitely want to pay attention when you're in here to that. If you've never or been worried about branching off into live plants, let us talk to you about that so that we can help make it much easier and less scary if you've ever been worried about it. There's a lot of different, just like there's hardier freshwater fish than other freshwater fish, there are hardier plants than other plants. So we will help you any way we can. And now let's get on to the update. We're going to start the video off with the betas this week. Somebody got kind of crazy with all the names and decided to have fun with them. I'm sure that will pop up in a grind video at some point. For right now, I want to show you the fish themselves because there are a lot of beautiful betas just like last week. Okay, so first on the list after the betas are some assorted rams. These are exceptional. I say that not only because of the color, but the scales, the body, the weight of the fish. These are beautiful, beautiful dwarf cichlids. Yeah, I'm just going to let the film speak for itself. If you're in the market for rams, or you want a small planted tank, or just a small tank in general and want a really, really cool fish that would be great to group together, these rams would be it. Fairly decent sized clown loaches this week. I do not have a lot, but I've got these two. Again, bigger than normal, perfect bottom feeding fish, whether it's a community tank, whether it's a semi-aggressive tank, and just about any type of tank, clown loaches will work as a wonderful bottom feeder. In the African cichlid system, we've got the VC10 Malomo cichlid. These just came in today. Really, really pretty, males and females. Check them out. I didn't show these last week, and we got them in last week, but I don't think we have more than 2 or 3 left. These are Black Widow Frontosas. I have not seen these yet. Presumably they are a hybrid. Really cool fronts. Fronts are really cool, period, in the African cichlid world, and these are a beautiful, beautiful, different type of front. Very, very young right now, but they look great. Okay, my favorite African personally are the Tropheus species of Africans. I love these little fish, especially the way that they kind of group. These are some I haven't seen before either. These are albino Kipling Tropheus that just came in today. If you're into a species African tank, Tropheus are one of the coolest you can possibly put. They have to be fed a little different than other African cichlids, but that doesn't make them any less desirable, and from a color standpoint and just a general look, these are some cool fish. Okay, it's a little repetitive and sometimes I show them maybe a little too often, but anytime that we get in really, really pretty peacock cichlids, I think you need to see them. And this week is no different. And it's probably been a few weeks since I've shown them. But really, really beautiful, small, assorted peacock cichlids came in this week. These are fish that a few years ago would have been $20 and $30, and they are a fraction of that right now. So if you are in the mood or you're setting up an African cichlid tank, if you've got an African cichlid tank and we're looking for some colorful peacocks, or you already have some and just want to establish more, these are such beautiful fish. I've got an assortment and a different array of a lot of different colors. In the realm of cool garfish, this one has to take the cake. This is the Asian needlenose gar. Very, very cool topwater fish. Really long, extended mouth, and just a really, really cool fish. This was a special order. So we only have one, but we've got them. So if you're interested, come down. Okay, so in the live bearer section, we have sailfin molly pairs. We've got both the males and females. The males, of course, have this really, really high arcing dorsal fin. And there's a nice little group of both males and females. So if you're in the mood to have some live bearers and breed some fish, I've got an already made pair for you. Parrotfish, they're the name of the game this week other than pondfish, but we'll get to pondfish in a minute. I've got blood parrots, I've got polar blue parrots, which is a really new strain, a very popular parrotfish, and I've got snow white parrots. So if you've got a South American system or a group of South American fish, and blood parrots are something that can go with the type of fish that you have, I've got a nice little assortment of a lot of different colored varieties this week. Okay, electric blue Acara. This is just a beautiful fish, and I show it every time we have any decent size ones. And this is a wonderful fish that is very adaptable in a lot of different situations, but a lot of color, very cool fish. L number 81, the fine spotted gold nugget Pleco. Anytime we have this actually has the color on the dorsal and caudal fin like the mango Pleco does, with the normal colors of the gold nugget. This is a show fish and a very beautiful specimen to boot. Okay, so we also have small roseline sharks this week. These are really, really pretty, and they're at a very young size. So, and they only, this is a freshwater fish that absolutely gets more beautiful the older it gets. Whereas some fish color up when they're young and then they get faded when they're older. This one does exactly the opposite. It comes in with a little bit of color, enough to set it apart, and then as it grows, that color just magnifies on the fish. And I would definitely tell you, if you've got a decent sized tank, get a group of 2 or 3 of these. They're extremely hardy, and all they will do is give you color after color the older they get. Okay, if you want a freshwater fish and you've got a semi-aggressive tank that looks a little bit like a shark, you can try these bala sharks. Normally when we get them, they're a good bit larger than this, so it's nice to actually see a small group of them. They will get a little size to them. They're not super aggressive, but they will nip fins, so you do want a barb type situation or a semi-aggressive tank for them, but they will school and they do swim like sharks. So they look really, really cool. These are young, inexpensive, and man, they can really make a tank. First on the list is the Sarasa Comets. Sarasa Comets make great pond fish. They are not super expensive. They have really bold color. You've got a lot of strong whites and reds on these guys, and when you're thinking in terms of ponds, you want a fish that's going to show up from a long ways away or in murky to dark type water, and these are a great fish to do that. Very inexpensive starter koi. These are small, varying different types of kind of the Ogon variety, going straight to the medium koi. They're a little bit more, but you can already see very enhanced colors. There's a Kohaku in the book, in the group, with a couple other metallic varieties, but these really show great. We also have a black koi, which is considered good luck to have in a pond. So I got one of those this week. Small butterflies are fairly exceptional this week. A lot of platinum colors, a couple of Yamabuki Ogons in the group, but again, very, very, very vibrant colors for not a lot of money. Coming to the left, I also have some larger butterfly koi. You can see the metallic sheen through these. Really, really well developed fins, so for that really flowy look. And there are a couple in more of the, I guess the blacks, the orange, and the white type color. Very, very beautiful butterfly koi. So, as you can see, we got water filled in this tank now by the end of the video. If you have some time this weekend, come on down. There's a lot to look at. I only showed you a fraction of the fish. Why do I sound like an echo of myself now that Richard has done the video of me? There are a ton of really cool things in here. Pond fish, we have the whole pond section out now, and you definitely want to come check out all the developments in the plant section. Ryan's done an incredible job with that. All that to say, God bless and have a great weekend. We'll see you back here next week.